Okay, welcome to the Walnut Desk podcast. Today, we are talking about national days. So Will, what's today?
So today, being April 14th, we've run into a bit of a challenge, which is going to be the theme of this podcast from now till close. There are conflicting national days today.
So today is multiple national days.
Today, there are 5 national days occurring simultaneously. And those days are, just before we get into it, these days are National Dolphin Day, National Ex-Spouse Day, National Pan-American Day, National Pecan Day, and National Reach as High as You Can Day.
Is that a literal or a metaphorical reach as high as you can?
I think that is up to the interpretation of the celebrator.
Okay.
Because I would choose a couple of those themes before I picked National Reach as High as You Can Day. Yeah. Also, literally, I can't reach very high.
Me either.
And I don't really feel the need to celebrate that in any real way.
Do you feel like if you do a lot of yoga, you can reach higher?
I think that might be true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
so. I've been thinking about my posture and height and my weird slouchiness a lot lately. And I feel like I used to do a lot of yoga and now I'm shorter.
Physically shorter.
Physically shorter. I feel like my spine has compressed over time because I've been sitting in shitty office job chairs and I think that just has affected my height. I think it's measurable.
I think you would meet a lot of yogis who would tell you that that is not in your head.
Yeah.
I think they would advocate for you lengthening your spine and then becoming taller.
Can I just lengthen?
Yeah.
All
yeah,
right.
I think you can. National Lengthening Day. We should change it to just summarize the whole thing.
So, how do you feel about there being multiple... I think the way we're talking about it is already assuming that they're competing.
Right.
So, how do you... Why is it that we both feel that there can't be more than one official National Blank Day on that day?
As much as we would love to have harmony in these things, I think that by virtue of sharing a day with another event, for example, I was lucky enough to not have been born on Christmas. I know for a fact my birthday would have been less special if we were celebrating something else when I was a child in addition to that. Yeah. So I think that just, lining up with another event just reduces the significance of an event by needing to share brain space, time, attention. So in my opinion, there should be one national day per day. So just for a little bit of background, these national days, though they seem very arbitrary, have roots in history. From Wikipedia, Chase's calendar of events was started in 1957. It was sold for $1. It was 32 pages long and contained 364 entries.
Okay.
To me, that sounds like the perfect amount of national days. There was one day he was like, we don't need a national day today.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And recent editions are 752 pages long and contain more than 12,000 entries. And that is bloat, and that is the problem that we are here to solve today.
So we'll solve it. Let's solve today first.
Yes. I think that's a good place to start.
Let's go over the competing days again.
Okay. One more time. We have National Dolphin Day, National Ex-Spouse Day, National Pan-American Day, National Pecan Day, and National Reach as High as You Can Day.
Okay, so what's the first one we can eliminate from that potential? I mean, National Ex-Spouse Day seems like a day no one wants.
I feel like there's a lot of headspace already taken up by the ex-spouse.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to dedicate a then additional
I also feel
day.
like there's a current trend, or it's a general trend in popular culture, popular music, to write songs about longing for the ex-spouse after they've already moved on.
Right.
Right? And I feel like that's fucked up. So is that, would that being the day just, encourage people to feel creepy thoughts and, text somebody who's, happy in their life and make them feel terrible?
I think it could set people up for some just undesirable situations. It could set some people up to be contacted who don't want to be contacted. It could enable some people to do some Facebook stalking. Just going through the pictures.
Yeah.
Click on the picture and press left instead of right and go all the way back in time.
Back. Don't go back.
We don't want to do
listeners, never go back.
Don't go back.
Don't go back. All right.
I think we can eliminate that safely.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need a little bit more information about some of these days.
What the hell is Pan American Day?
Yeah, so Pan American Day commemorates the first International Conference of American States, concluding on April 14th, 1890. Inspired by the idea of Pan America, United States Secretary of State at the time, developed the idea of an international conference for the Western Hemisphere.
Whoa.
So this is an anniversary for a historic event that happened in the 19th century, the late 19th century.
And there's no conference, really. It's just the day now.
It seems as though the conference no longer exists.
Okay. I like the idea of that conference. I think we should reinstate that conference.
And here's another thing. In 2015, Barack Obama officially declared today National Pan American Day.
Oh, really?
And it was signed into law by the president.
Wow.
Therefore, I think that we almost can't debate this any further.
Wait, hold on, though.
Because it's been codified as law.
Well, that's not... We don't care about that here on the Walnut Desk podcast.
That's so true.
We don't give a shit.
No laws.
But it's also National Dolphin Day, right?
Yes.
And I really love dolphins.
How much do you love dolphins, Ryan?
It's my favorite animal. I've been asked, in like those weird team building exercises. Mm-hmm. I'm remembering one particularly awkward one at the UMass MFA program where we were sitting around. We were supposed to be somebody was in there to educate us about how to educate students. And so it was not just I was a student faculty member.
Right.
We were there with the actual faculty members for the UMass MFA program, and everyone was being educated about how to run these lame team building exercises. So they made us do one, and during it, everyone had to say what their favorite animal was and why. And I chose the dolphin, and I kind of just blurted out dolphin when it was my turn, and then I wanted to know why, and I had no follow-up.
Right. Of course you don't.
There's
you don't spend your valuable free time coming up with a list of reasons why you like dolphins better than cats.
Right. It's not even that. It's I don't even think I have to qualify that with an answer.
No, that's qualifying why is your favorite color blue. It's
right.
Because it's better than red.
Because it makes me feel good when I look at it.
Right.
So I like dolphins. Okay. So let's see what the reasoning for it being National Dolphin Day
is.
Yeah.
And by the way, we're using the modern iteration of this Chase's book, which has become the National Day Calendar.
Right.
You can find any of this information that we're finding on nationaldaycalendar.com. It's got a little bit of information. It's a lot of looks like copy paste from a Wikipedia or copy paste from a foundation. But
right.
So on April 14th, people across the nation participate in National Dolphin Day. They give a lot of explanation about what dolphins are.
Okay.
And the only instructions other than a brief history of dolphins and the fact that they travel in superpods exceeding 1,000 dolphins, which is pretty fascinating.
That's amazing.
The only way to observe this day, according to nationaldaycalendar.com,
is to be a dolphin.
No, I wish. That would be a better way to celebrate this day. Literally the only way to observe, according to this website, is to use hashtag National Dolphin Day and repost on social media.
Let's check Twitter.
Okay.
Let's see what's going on with National Dolphin Day.
National Dolphin Day. Hashtagged.
Other stuff.
Dolphins. Some
There's
Archer,
a clip from Archer.
Archer memes.
Yeah.
Dolphins doing cute things with their faces. And,
look how high that dolphin is when it jumps out of the water.
Yeah, I think dolphins are going to win. I
the general think it's existence battle?
Really hard for me to choose something else after seeing that photo of a dolphin. I just think that today I need to appreciate them a little bit more than I typically do.
So right now it's between Pan America Day and
which is
National
the official,
Dolphin
that's
Day.
The old school safe choice.
Right.
But
that's
we
the
at
Obama choice.
We at the Walnut Desk podcast are not for safe choices.
No, we're not.
Especially when it comes to celebrating greatness.
Although in this Trump era, my heart wants to go with the Obama thing.
Do we defer to Obama? I kind of don't want to defer to Obama.
No, is Obama the United States a universal ex-spouse?
Ooh, we could honor ex-spouse day by honoring Obama's choice for today, April 14th. The only thing I think could give dolphins a run for its money are pecans. I think they're an underappreciated nut. Inside of a mixed nut pack, they tend to add a little bit of that fatty, full flavor to something traditionally watered down by peanuts and almonds.
And when candied,
delicious.
They're incredible.
And when pied.
When pied, they're so good.
Yeah.
So let's look at the page for Pecan Day.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Let's see what their argument is.
Pecans have been shown to reduce LDL cholesterol and increase HDL cholesterol levels in the blood while being rich in dietary fiber. There are 3 ways to observe this holiday as opposed to the one way to observe National Dolphin Day. This would be to enjoy these 2 following recipes for a pecan snack or for sugar-coated pecans.
Oh, and they have recipes that they link to?
Yeah, and the third way to celebrate, as we all know, is to use hashtag National Pecan Day on social media.
Okay.
So I think that after this podcast, we invite you, and we will continue to do so, to always make sure that we're celebrating National Blank Day.
Yeah.
On social media.
Right, but we can only celebrate one per day because we don't recognize. Walnut Desk Podcast says no to multiple national days.
Official stance: each day is one day and one day only.
Okay. So I'm gonna say I think National Dolphin Day is today.
I will, because pecan is not my favorite nut.
Okay.
I will not try to have a showdown with you for April 14th with my eye on the bigger battle of us negotiating some other days.
Yep.
I'm going to concede National Dolphin Day to you and get equally hyped to celebrate our blubbery friends. And
I think we should both attempt to make a dolphin noise.
All right.
How do you do that?
Are we going to take turns? Are we going to communicate? Did we just do horse?
I think we're divorced.
I think we just did horse.
Oh, that was
I think
horse.
we're divorced. National Express Day, we're divorced. Yeah, I think that's as good as we're going to get today, being National Dolphin Day. Stepping back, weird topic to have happen. Equally weird that there seems to be an authority.
There is.
On this that exists. There is an authority.
It's not like a government officiated thing. There just is some dude who started making a list in 1950 something, right?
So
what was his first name again?
And our awareness, his name was William Chase.
William Chase.
But maybe it's a calling of the name. But I feel drawn to choosing national days as well. So we came up with this topic. I've been following social media. March Madness just happened, so I've been following my alma mater's basketball team on social media to see how they're doing. I attended Providence College, go Friars. And the social media team...
Friars?
The Friars. The Dominican Friars.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do they play in, the robes?
No, but the professors, the Dominican Friars, wear the habit all the time, the cowl.
Okay.
And
is Andre the Giant dressed up in The Princess Bride as the Dread Pirate Roberts? Is he the mascot for the team?
The mascot is it is a foamed out large mascot with a very intense face.
Okay.
And he likes to cheer and run around in a long flowing white outfit.
Cool.
So yeah, we were the Friars, and the Friars basketball team has been posting to social media, just like good followers of the National Day calendar. They look, how do you celebrate this day? They notice that you can celebrate every day by using hashtag National Blank Day, and they use it to create these very small Vine-like videos celebrating the day. So we first heard of it, I believe, on National Carrot Cake Day.
Yeah. Describe the video from start to finish. What's the visual and auditory thing?
So the visual is a college basketball player, different every time, standing in front of what I assume to be a blue or green screen.
Yeah.
Which is edited out with an image of what National Day it is. In this case, a huge slice of carrot cake. And the man turns to the camera. He goes, "Today is National Carrot Cake Day. Happy National Carrot Cake Day." And then makes a comment about how it's his favorite cake or something, and video ends. It's very short, very to the point, exactly in the spirit, I think, of National Blank Day hashtags.
So the team is already agreeing with us that there should only be one day because they're not making multiple videos.
No, they're not. And I think
on
that
a given day.
The 3 or 2 that we have seen from Providence College, I think, should make the list out of respect for turning us on to this huge issue in modern culture of having competing days. No, it's not, and we need to think about it, and we need to get to the bottom of it. So I believe it's National Carrot Cake Day needs to stay. I believe National Gumdrop Day needs to stay. And I believe the last one was National Pie Day.
Okay.
And this is separate from Pie Day, March 14th.
Right. Here's a question, though. Because of your allegiance to Providence College, you're going to be arguing for their day being the day, sort of as a rule, right? Like when they choose a day, we have to automatically choose that day as far as you're concerned?
I don't think so.
Okay. I was worried.
Yeah, don't be worried. I will make a rule for myself right now that moving forward, I will no longer apply bias to Providence College's choice of that day.
Okay.
But I am going to select and grandfather in the 3 that we have already been exposed to.
Yeah. That's fine. I'm cool with that.
I think that's fine too.
So where can listeners go to see these videos online?
They can go. Find them? They're found on the Providence College basketball Facebook page.
Okay.
So they're buried in the internet. I don't think they're on YouTube. I've had to download these videos to share them with Ryan because Ryan is Facebookless.
Yeah.
But it's been worth every megabyte of internal storage that I've taken up. So April 14th is National Dolphin Day, and I think we've got some work to do.
Done. Officially. Walnut Desk Podcast says National Dolphin Day. But we have, 364 more days to fucking tackle here, and I think we should do a whole calendar.
I think we should make a calendar, too, and I think it should be easier than this.
Right.
I think we need a downloadable iCal, Google Cal file that will lay right over your beautiful existing schedule and just remind you gently with the notification around 9:15 in the morning, like, hey, today's gumdrop day.
It's gumdrop day.
You might want to think about...
Bring some gumdrops to work.
Share.
Yeah.
Do you like the ones that taste like fruit, or do you like the ones that have a little medicinal quality to them? And you get to start these rousing discussions around the water cooler.
Nice. So moving forward to select other days, let's do our birthdays.
Okay.
Let's I think we should each have unquestioned authority over our own birthday.
I agree. And listeners, we are not going to bore you with 365 days of hashing this out on the podcast. No. We are going to give you an example of our process. We're going to share with you the way we go through and decide, and then we're gonna take this work off air.
Yep.
And pretty soon, when you start looking for your National Blank Day hashtags, you're gonna start seeing links to our calendar, and you're gonna be able to join in and celebrate. And if you disagree, what do you think? If they disagree, should we?
I think we should
give some feedback to our beloved listeners.
Yeah, I think one interesting thing to do would be to create a poll. Just a 365 question poll where you can answer as many as you want, and you submit what you think should be that day. And if it's in conflict and we get enough people submitting that day, we might have to cover it in a follow-up episode, do some listener mail, some listener feedback shit, and change the day. So
let's begin in May.
So May 1st is my birthday, listeners. May Day. Wow, and I feel like I'm going to have a hard time. Okay, so number 1 is Law Day. Number 2 is National Loyalty Day.
All right.
That sounds great.
That's a good virtue.
Yeah. Number 3 is National Chocolate Parfait Day. Number 4 is National Mother Goose Day.
Okay.
Number 5 is National Silver Star Service Banner Day.
All right.
Cool. Number 6 is National Melanoma Monday.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if I can really select another one, because that seems like...
we went from really light to very issue-driven.
But then the last one is National School Principals Day, which I know you're going to have a bias toward, but I have authority here.
It's important. I will cede authority. I will throw my weight, obviously, behind National School Principals Day, which it seems like is the most recent addition.
Doesn't have a link.
To this list. There's no link. There's no way. We actually don't have a way to celebrate that yet.
Right. There's no prescribed way.
No prescribed way. So if we chose that, we would be the de facto folks to choose how you should honor and celebrate your school principal.
So I'm going to nix off the start without even understanding what it is, National Law Day.
Okay. I see that as a solid choice, Ryan, on your day of full authority.
I'm not into that. Let's look at what National Loyalty Day prescribes that we do. The President of the U.S. issues a proclamation annually on May 1st as a part of a celebratory activities of the National Loyalty Day. Parades and ceremonies, use the hashtag.
I'm going to call filler on this website right now. Never once have I heard or seen of a National Loyalty Day parade.
No.
Can we do a little cross-reference research here and figure out if that has ever even happened, and if this is just a statement?
Oh God, this is
evidence.
Hold on, this is like a Patriotism Day history.
Really?
First observed in 1921 as Americanization Day.
Whoa! To counterbalance communist celebrations of Labor Day on May Day.
Oh, this is bullshit. I hate this day. President Dwight D. Eisenhower proclaimed May 1, 1959 as the first official observance of Loyalty Day. This is impossible for me to feel good about.
Okay.
Okay.
I understand that sentiment.
Our initial reaction was like, oh yeah, loyalty.
Be nice to one another. This is how you celebrate.
No, to the people you love.
Yeah.
To the people that love you. Like.
Nope. Sorry, wrong. Nope. Loyalty to red, white, and blue.
God. Nope. That's definitely not my birthday. Screw that. All right. National Chocolate Parfait Day. I feel like that's straightforward. I'm lukewarm on it. National Mother Goose Day. I don't really feel good about that either. I was never into the Mother Goose stuff as a kid.
My gut wants to say, yeah, I heard all the Mother Goose stories. I don't think I could tell you definitively the name of one Mother Goose story as opposed to an Aesop fable.
Right. As
opposed to, just a oral tradition. Mm-hmm. I don't think I could define for you a specific Mother Goose story. Could you?
Yeah, it's just not on my radar. No. Silver Star Service Banner Day. That seems pretty cool. Let's check that out.
So, Silver Star Service Banner Day is where we honor the sacrifices in combat of the wounded. Sounds a lot like Veterans Day and ill and dying service members. Across all branches of the U.S. military, families of those awarded Silver Stars are encouraged to take the opportunity to celebrate.
Okay.
So, a little bit more concrete on how to observe.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad day, right?
No, it's not a bad day.
It's a good thing to observe. I mean, we should think about that every day.
Mm-hmm. But we might get into the weeds here if we are assigning a large percent of our national days specifically to military service. Like, not to downplay the value of the military, obviously.
Yeah.
But I feel we have Memorial Day.
Yep.
We have Veterans Day.
Mm-hmm.
We have like a Pearl Harbor Recognition Day.
Yep.
We have a lot of these days that are dedicated specifically to honoring our military.
And if it's National Blank Day, then like at what point does it become again like too like U.S. patriotic, like blindly like what like so if it's saturated with military days, mm-hmm. right? Which I'm not even saying it is. I feel like that might be a negative. All right, so let's go back. Let's go back. National Melanoma Monday. Oh, there are themes. Interesting. So in 2016, the theme for National Melanoma Monday was looking good. So looking good 2016 was the hashtag. So that's kind of cool that they change it every year. They have themes.
Mm-hmm. Here it is.
What?
We can't choose Melanoma Monday as the national day for May 1st, and here's why. It is held on the first Monday of May, meaning that it is not a static national day.
Right, in 2018 it's going to be May 7th.
And in 2019, May 6th.
Okay.
So we have absolved ourselves of having to choose Melanoma Monday just out of respect for that. I mean, that's important. I think awareness is important for melanoma.
Yeah.
However, they get a concrete day.
Uh-huh.
Whereas May 1st, which changes the day of the week every year, you still get to choose, right?
Right. And then National School Principals Day, which my aunt's a school principal. But I think I'm going to pull a little bit of a switch up here. Mm-hmm. I think my instinct here is to choose National Loyalty Day and then just change the definition of that day.
That's empowering and active.
You know what I mean?
I like it.
Like, I'm going to say that National Loyalty Day is May 1st.
Okay.
And the way that you celebrate it is by sending an email or a text or calling somebody that you're really close to, or like making a decision that day in a really small way that sort of is a small sacrifice for someone you really care about. That's how you celebrate it. No hashtags, no nothing. Just do good.
Do good.
All right, Wilby.
My turn. So my birthday, about 30 days down the line after Ryan's. Mm-hmm. My birthday is June 10. And there are a lot of different days that occur here as well.
Oh, man.
Here we go. The first one, National Ballpoint Pen Day. Second one, National Black Cow Day. Not a white cow.
Black Cow Day.
Not a brown cow. Black Cow Day. National Herbs and Spices Day.
Ooh.
National Iced Tea Day. And National Rosé Day, which is disqualified for being only June 10th this year.
Right.
Again, another one of those.
It's the second Saturday.
It's the second Saturday of June, so if you like your pink drink, that's when you celebrate, but it will not always fall on June 10th, so I will not be selecting that today as my day. I would like to dig in a little bit more, and I think you could probably agree and guess which one we need to read more about. We need to read more about Black Cow Day.
Yes.
Why they need special recognition over All Cow Day. Mm-hmm. If I were to pick this, and we don't know about it yet.
Right.
If we were to pick this, I might have to change it to be National Cow Day.
Right.
Just to be inclusive.
Yeah.
But we'll see. The plot thickens because this is not about the animal. A black cow is a beverage originally made with root beer and vanilla ice cream. Now it is sometimes made with root beer and chocolate ice cream or cola and vanilla ice cream. So this is
a root beer float.
A fancy way of saying root beer float.
Wow. I've never heard of this before.
I think that I just made my decision.
Really?
I don't think I need any more evidence.
Can we just look at one? Go back to the list.
Let's go. Okay, wait, so hold on. We observed this by sitting back, relaxing, and using hashtag Black Cow Day to post on social media.
So the How to Observe actually says, sit back, relax, and enjoy a black cow.
A little history. It was invented in Cripple Creek, Colorado. Shout out to the band. The owner of the Cripple Creek Cow Mountain Gold Mining Company. Staring out the window, thinking about soda water. And legend has it, he decided to add a scoop of vanilla ice cream to commemorate the snow-capped Cow Mountains. It seems like he may have just gone from staring out the window to I want ice cream and a soda, and I'm just gonna
put them together,
combine them. So we've got National Ballpoint Pen Day.
Seems a little lame.
National Herbs and Spices Day.
That sounds nice.
And National Iced Tea Day.
Well, I mean, like, for me, every day is National Herbs and Spice Day, so I feel like we don't have to choose this one. Right? Or you don't have to.
That's a good point. Yeah, we are not choosing anything right now. Let's be very clear.
And iced tea. So right now what you're doing is you're making a decision between two drinks.
Yeah. And iced tea is a thing that lives in my day-to-day often. I think about it often. I don't think it needs national recognition and its own day.
Okay.
I am aware and a huge fan of iced tea. It could even be said that I enjoy iced tea more than I enjoy a good old black cow. And I enjoy it so often that I feel like once a year I need to be reminded of how much I enjoy the black cow. Which I'm going to not call it the black cow anymore. Yeah. I want to call it a root beer float.
Root beer float day.
It's root beer float day.
Yep.
June 10th, National Root Beer Float Day.
So we've gone through 3 days. We've picked today. We've picked on our 2 birthdays. And now what I think we should do is talk a little bit about, now that we've made the decisions, what are the criteria? So, like, going forward, obviously, listeners, like we said, we're not going to, like, force you to listen to our 365 debates, but we are going to do it.
We are.
The principle that stuck out to me so far is that if the thing is so commonplace in our day-to-day lives, and we're also, like, appreciating it, right? Like iced tea. Every time I have an iced tea, I feel really good about it. Every time I use herbs and spices, I feel really good about it. I kind of, like, think about those herbs and spices. So if it's something that you have day-to-day experience with that you kind of already have to appreciate, then it doesn't need a day. It doesn't need a national day. Would you say that's true?
Yeah, to a certain extent. We might get caught up, and I foresee this, so I want to call it out before we get there.
Okay.
Confusing National Blank Day with National Blank Appreciation Day.
Right.
Just because you are giving something a day doesn't mean that's the only day you can appreciate it. So I just want to draw that small distinction before we deliberate.
But so how do we take the distinction between National Blank Appreciation Day and National Blank Day? Like, how do we define it enough?
This might make no sense, but I'm going to say it anyway. The difference between like Appreciation Day and day is, to me, like President's Day.
Okay.
Is like the appreciation day for those folks, but their day is their actual birthday.
Yep. Okay.
I don't know if that makes much sense at all, but that's my fuzzy thinking about how we might distinguish between that. Is it doesn't maybe have to be the most important day for that thing.
Right. Would you say that, like, National Blank Day for a thing would be more like less appreciation of how it impacts you and more of just like celebration of the existence of that thing?
I think so.
Okay. Because that's how I think about birthdays.
Right.
Birthdays is like, people have their feelings about birthdays, but I feel like other people should just be like, happy birthday, and when they say that, it means, I like that you're alive.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Thanks for sticking around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good.
It's good criteria.
What else? Because I was thinking about foods. A lot of these are foods and beverages.
Yeah.
And like, on a day with competing foods and beverages, I know that we've already decided that there would only be one, but I might be comfortable with there being two if those foods and beverages go really well together. That's
the one exception. So our goal to cut this down to a 365 item list could be somewhere between, I'm willing to go with that, as long as we put an upper bound on this, because the 12,000 entries in the most current edition of Chases,
that's so much.
It's too much.
It's too much.
It's too much.
But if, say, there was a coffee day and cigarettes day, it's coffee and cigarettes day.
They go together.
It's awesome.
It's both. But then you kind of, and blank day, and you still keep it one entry.
Yeah.
It's two things, one entry.
So I think we're set up. We're ready to go, make our calendar. We have to do one more thing before we sign off, and that is decide what is the official National Walnut Desk Podcast Day.
Ooh. Yeah, because we need a day.
And we're going to take it away from everything else.
Yeah. And I think we get to choose, and I think whatever days existed there, just they drew the short straw. We're going to take them behind the barn.
It's their bad.
Just take them behind the barn.
Yep. So, but here's the thing is we don't want to eliminate any really great national days by that. So we have to pick a day that's kind of got some crappy national days.
But we also want a day that is significant to us.
Right. That's true.
As a podcast and as a podcast family, really. Because this day is not for us. It's for all of us.
Yeah. This is for all the Walnut desks out there in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Including Andy Rooney's Walnut desk.
Including Andy Rooney's Walnut desk. And I think that the first thing that we should be doing is, when is Andy Rooney's birthday?
That's a really good question.
We could also honor Andy Rooney's death day.
Death day.
Rest in peace.
Birthdays are better.
I agree. We could also honor the birthday of his actual Walnut desk, if we can find that information.
We should try to find
or triangulate that information some way. I think that would be the one we cross-reference and just make sure that it's not like Key Lime Pie Day as well.
Right.
Because we don't want to get crazy.
We don't want to get covering up Key Lime Pie Day. But just for the listeners, while Wills is searching out, the Andy Rooney related days, we explained this in a previous podcast, but Walnut Desk Podcast, the name comes from the fact that Andy Rooney, somebody whose sort of style we really dig, and his like thoughts and his like video wrap-ups and his weird little essays, we love them. We decided to name the podcast after this desk that he used on his closing of 60 Minutes. So he had this walnut desk that lore goes he carved himself and used. And he sat in this cluttered room. I'm sure you've seen it, with a cluttered desk, and, gave us the rundown on different types of bottled water. So that's kind of like a model for us a little bit. Definitely. So what are we finding?
I'm doing a little bit of digging right now just to find out what's up with this desk. When it was finished, it looks a little bit.
It's a museum. It's in the museum.
Oh, in Washington.
Where's the
DC.
museum?
The museum is in Washington D.C.
We're gonna have to take a walnut desk field trip.
I think so. Walnut desk. Let's put that thing on wheels.
Yeah, walnut desk on wheels.
Walnut desk on wheels. We'll be taking you multiple places on field trips, I feel, in the future. So Andy Rooney's birthday is January 14th. Okay. 1919. He would have been 98 years old right now.
So let's see what else is on January 14th. What's the competing days?
National Dress Up Your Pet Day. Well, that one can go.
Yeah, fuck that day. National Do Not Dress Up Your Pet Day.
Yep. It's actually, we're going to have to make some do not days, too. National Vision Board Day.
Whoa.
National Ratification Day, which chronicles Congress approving the preliminary articles of peace for the Revolutionary War.
Wow.
And the Treaty of Paris was ratified that day.
Okay.
So again, some national pride, but we have history class for that.
We have
this
enough
is about
of that.
How we celebrate here and now.
Yeah.
Hot pastrami sandwich day.
Oh, no. I love hot pastrami sandwiches.
Now, I do too, but I don't think this is a problem.
You don't think it's a problem?
I don't think it's a problem that these two things line up, and here's why. Walnut Desk Podcast Day will not have one cause for celebration. The way that you honor this day is not use hashtag National Walnut Desk Pod Day.
Right.
It will be cook yourself up a hot pastrami sandwich.
and expand upon some opinions that you have about something that is entirely inane.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's how you celebrate.
I think we do it.
Okay.
Are you in?
I'm in.
Let's head out right now.
Yep.
And let's celebrate a belated, we're 3 months behind, but
yeah.
I think we should go grab some hot pastrami sandwiches.
Let's do it. All right. Thank you, everybody. We're going to go off and create our Walnut Desk Podcast official National Blank Day calendar. And we're going to go eat some hot pastrami sandwiches. Yeah. And just think about Andy Rooney's Walnut Desk.
You'll be able to check out our list at walnutdeskpodcast.com. Be sure to subscribe on your Google Play, on your iTunes.
And give us those sweet, sweet 5-star ratings. Because honestly, you can, contribute money to us or whatever, but the ratings are currency in a way that, most listeners don't understand. They get us found. They get us listened to by new people. They get us featured on, iTunes, front pages and stuff like that, if there's a big rush of them. So just give us those 5 stars. That's how you do it. So thank you very much. I'm Ryan.
I'm Will. Thanks for listening.